Okay, we have a quick 10-minute tutorial on how to use the Nexen Gateway cloud application software. I just logged in as a food vendor, so this is a demonstration for the food vendor to understand the functionality of the software. This is the home page, also known as the dashboard, along with your other key toolbar navigation features. This is your inbox of your total purchase orders that have been sent to you from all of your customers. This will be the number of invoices waiting to be authorized or waiting to be sent to the customer. I would like to first start by opening up a purchase order from one of your customer's locations. Here I would go to the drop-down, select the location, hit Reports, Order Log, Purchase Orders. This is the purchase order log. This will show you a history of all the purchase orders that have been sent to you from all of your customers from each location. Each location will have its own unique purchase order log for you to use as reference. In order to open a purchase order, simply click Description. Here you will see the purchase order number, the date, the purchase order description, your customer's contact information, along with the items that have been purchased. Now before you print out the purchase order, you can edit it 3 different ways. You can delete it, add an item, or change the price. To delete an item, simply hit the checkbox and hit Delete. To add an item, hit Add an Item, choose the category, pick the quantity and the item, and then Add. To change the price of an item, hit the item name, look for the price field, and update. As you can see, the price did not change. Now we did this for a reason. We wanted to add a checks and balance feature so that you can cross-reference the new item to avoid making mistakes. So here I would simply re-add the item. As you can see, this is the old price and this is the new price. Next, I would delete the old item, and now the purchase order has been updated, ready to be printed. Once you are ready to print the purchase order, hit the print icon. Once I hit the print button, the printer will print out a copy of the purchase order. Okay, the purchase order that you just printed out was just sent to the warehouse. They came back with the order filled, all the items are in the truck, and it's ready for delivery. The next step is to convert the purchase order into an invoice. Here I would hit Reports, Order Log, Purchase Order. Next I would find my purchase order ID number, double check the item one more time, or the purchase order, and hit the Convert button. Once I hit the Convert button, it will convert the purchase order into an invoice. This purchase order has now been converted to an invoice. This is your invoice log, very similar to the purchase order log. It will give you a history of all the invoices that you have sent to your customer. Now I want to locate the purchase order that has been converted into the invoice. And I can do it by looking at this column here. This is your invoice number to the customer now. The invoice is a basic invoice. It has its normal header information, date description, your information, customer's account, ship to, bill to, miscellaneous information, and the invoice items. Okay, once you have double checked your work one last time, everything looks great. The invoice items are in the truck. It's being delivered. Now you can send the invoice to your customer. And all you have to do is go to the Authorize button here, check it, click OK. This invoice has now been sent to your customer. They can now review it on their phone, their tablet, anywhere there's an internet connection, in the office, on the browser. If the customer requests to have a copy of the invoice sent to them from email, all you have to do is click the email icon and they will get a copy. Now, if you want to create a credit memo, that is very simple as well. Again, you would have to go into your invoice log, find the invoice number, open the invoice, create credit memo, delete the items that are not being credited, select update, and now you are done. This credit memo has been sent to your customer the same way you sent the invoice. You can review the credit memo in your invoice log. We also have an accounts receivable feature. Here you would click Reports, Order Log, Accounts Receivable. Once the accounts receivable report appears, select the date range for the number of invoices outstanding from each customer. Here you will see that there are 4 invoices outstanding from this customer. These are the amounts of the invoice. It just so happens that there happens to be a credit memo for each invoice as well, which is posted here. And the amount of credit is posted here. The total amount owed to you is posted here. So let's say it's the end of the month and you get a check. You would select all of the invoices connected to the payment and make a payment. To view the payment, select Payment Log. Our next feature is Inventory Items, or your inventory catalog. To view the inventory catalog, hit Setup, Inventory Items, and all of your category items, or I'm sorry, your inventory items will be posted that are being sent to your customer. Each item will give you a price history every time the price is changed, along with a history report for every time the customer has purchased this item from you. To add an item is very simple. You would hit Add a Product and fill out the information. Here I chose to add a cleaning product, so I selected the cleaning supply category. The name of the product is Window, the brand name is Window Expert, the UPC or the SKU number. Case, this field will always have to be 1, so when you enter it, always enter 1 for case. There happens to be 1 gallon. You have an option to choose other types of weights. This box is irrelevant, so please ignore it. And here you would enter the price of the gallon, which is $32. Then you would add the product. And here you can see the item has been added. Let's add another item. Here I'm going to add a case of beer. Here I added a case of beer. I selected the category, added the name, entered the UPC, I had a case of 24, so I put it as 24 package. So each bottle or unit is going to be $1.17 and the case cost is $28. And here it is. Now once I click the end user checkbox here, the customer will now have access to the new items that you just added, and they can add it on their next purchase order when they select the items that they want. Okay, we covered a majority of the main features for the Nexen Gateway software for the food vendor usage. If you have any questions, please contact us and we'll be happy to answer them for you.